Give me a bubblegum production line, and I will conquer the world. Okay, maybe that's not quite how the famous quote goes, but after watching this video, you might feel the same way. We're about to take you on a journey through a modern bubblegum factory, where you'll witness the incredible processes that transform simple ingredients into a beloved treat. From the creation of gum base to the addition of flavors and colors, you'll see every step of the production process. Get ready to gain a new appreciation for the science and engineering behind your favorite chewing gum. In 1928, a simple accounting error led to a revolutionary discovery that would forever change the world of confectionery. Walter Deamer, a young accountant at the Fleer Chewing Gum Company in Philadelphia, found himself unexpectedly thrust into the role of amateur chemist. The company was eager to develop a new type of gum, one that could be blown into bubbles, to set themselves apart in the competitive chewing gum market. Deamer, despite lacking formal training in chemistry, began experimenting with different gum formulas in his spare time. He tinkered with various ingredients, adjusting ratios and testing new combinations. The process was far from smooth, filled with countless failed attempts and sticky messes. Creating a gum that could stretch and form bubbles without breaking or becoming too stiff proved to be an enormous challenge. The key to success lay in the gum base, the non-digestible foundation of any chewing gum. Early gum bases were made from natural substances like chicle, a tree sap harvested from Central American sapodilla trees. These natural bases provided a chewy texture but lacked the elasticity needed for bubble blowing. Deamer experimented with adding synthetic materials to enhance the gum's stretchiness, a novel approach at the time. Month after month, Deamer persevered through disappointment and setbacks. He worked tirelessly, often staying late at the factory to continue his experiments. The anticipation of a breakthrough kept him going, even when success seemed out of reach. His colleagues at Fleer watched with a mix of curiosity and skepticism as batch after batch failed to produce the desired result. Then, in a moment that would go down in confectionery history, Deamer stumbled upon the perfect formula. It was softer and more flexible than traditional chewing gum, with a unique elasticity that allowed it to be stretched and blown into bubbles without breaking. Excited by his discovery, Deamer shared his creation with his co-workers, who were amazed by its bubble-blowing capabilities. The first successful bubblegum formula was born, marking the beginning of a new era in the gum industry. Deamer's accidental invention, which he named Double Bubble, quickly captured the public's imagination. The Fleer Chewing Gum Company rushed to bring the product to market, recognizing its potential to revolutionize their business. From this fortuitous accident, a whole new industry emerged. The commercial production of bubblegum began in earnest, with Double Bubble leading the charge. Other companies soon followed suit, developing their own bubblegum formulas and flavors. What started as an accountant's side project in a small Philadelphia factory had grown into a global phenomenon, forever changing the way people enjoyed and interacted with chewing gum. As we move forward in our journey through the bubblegum factory, we'll see how this accidental discovery laid the foundation for modern gum production techniques. The basic principles Deamer stumbled upon continue to influence gum manufacturing today, albeit with significant technological advancements and refinements. While Deamer's accidental discovery revolutionized gum, modern bubblegum relies on an unexpected ingredient: petroleum. But how did we go from tree sap to oil derivatives? And what makes these synthetic materials so crucial for the perfect bubble? At the heart of every piece of bubblegum lies its foundation, the gum base. This non-digestible component gives gum its characteristic chewy texture and serves as the canvas for flavors and sweeteners. In the early days of bubblegum production, manufacturers relied on natural latex extracted from rubber trees. This natural base provided a decent chew, but lacked the ideal elasticity needed for blowing impressive bubbles. The quest for the perfect bubble led gum makers to explore synthetic alternatives. Enter the world of petroleum-derived polymers. Today's gum bases are carefully engineered using materials like butadiene and styrene, which belong to the same family of compounds used in car tires. These synthetic polymers offer a level of control and consistency that natural latex simply can't match. Butadiene and styrene play crucial roles in giving bubblegum its essential stretch and elasticity. When combined in precise ratios, these polymers create long, flexible molecular chains that can extend when force is applied, like when you're blowing a bubble, and then return to their original shape. This property is key to forming bubbles that can grow to impressive sizes without popping prematurely. The shift to synthetic gum bases wasn't just about improved bubble-blowing capabilities. These engineered materials allow manufacturers to achieve a perfect balance between elasticity and smoothness. The result is a gum that stretches to form bubbles while remaining pleasantly chewy and enjoyable to masticate. This delicate balance is the product of extensive research and development in polymer science. Creating the ideal gum base is a complex engineering challenge. Manufacturers must carefully blend various synthetic components to create a uniform consistency. This uniformity is crucial for ensuring that every piece of gum in a pack performs the same way, whether you're chewing the first piece or the last. The precise ratios of ingredients can significantly impact the gum's final texture, bubble-forming ability, and overall chewing experience. The evolution from natural latex to synthetic gum bases represents a significant leap in bubblegum technology. While purists might argue for the charm of traditional ingredients, there's no denying the superior performance of modern gum bases. These engineered materials have enabled the creation of gums that can form bubbles larger than your head, a feat that would have been unimaginable in Walter Diemer's time. As we've unraveled the secrets of gum base, we've seen how the marriage of chemistry and engineering has transformed a simple treat into a marvel of materials science. But a stretchy base alone doesn't make a delicious piece of bubblegum. In the next stage of production, we'll explore how manufacturers add sweetness and flavor to this elastic foundation, creating the irresistible taste that keeps us coming back for more. You might think you know what bubblegum tastes like, but have you ever wondered why that flavor is so uniquely bubblegum? The answer lies in a carefully crafted blend of sweeteners and artificial flavors, each playing a crucial role in not just taste, but texture and shelf life as well. Let's unpack the sweet science behind this iconic treat. Creating bubblegum's signature taste is a complex art that goes far beyond simply adding sugar to a stretchy base. Manufacturers must strike a delicate balance between sweeteners, corn syrup, and artificial flavors to achieve that perfect, long-lasting chew we all know and love. Sugar and corn syrup are the dynamic duo of sweeteners in bubblegum production. Sugar does more than just satisfy our sweet tooth. It contributes to the gum's firm texture after chewing by providing a bit of crystallization. Corn syrup, on the other hand, is the unsung hero of moisture retention. It prevents the gum from becoming too hard, ensuring that each piece remains soft and pliable throughout its shelf life. The role of corn syrup extends beyond just keeping the gum moist. It's a key player in maintaining the ideal texture for bubble blowing. By keeping the gum soft and flexible, corn syrup makes it easier to chew and less likely to break apart when you're trying to blow that perfect bubble. But sweetness alone doesn't create that classic bubblegum flavor. The magic happens when artificial flavors enter the mix. The iconic bubblegum taste is actually a complex combination of various fruit flavors and vanilla. These flavoring agents are incredibly potent. A single drop can transform an entire pound of flavorless gum base into a burst of fruity sweetness. Balancing these flavors is a precise science. Too much flavoring can overwhelm the taste buds, while too little results in a bland, forgettable chew. Manufacturers must carefully calibrate their recipes to achieve that perfect, familiar taste that keeps us coming back for more. As we near the end of the flavor fusion process, there's one more element that makes bubblegum instantly recognizable: its color. You might be wondering why bubblegum is traditionally pink. While the exact reason is shrouded in confectionery lore, many believe it was simply the color of the first successful bubblegum formula. The pink hue stuck, becoming an iconic part of the bubblegum experience. With flavors perfectly balanced and colors mixed in, our gum is almost ready for the next stage of production. But before we move on to the mixing and melting process, it's worth appreciating the precision and creativity that goes into every piece of gum. From the careful balance of sweeteners to the potent flavor concentrates, each component plays a vital role in creating that perfect pop of flavor we've come to expect from our favorite bubblegum. We've explored the intricate dance of flavors, but the real transformation is yet to come. Imagine a substance that can shift from a rock-hard block to a pliable, stretchy mass in a matter of minutes. This is where industrial engineering meets confectionery artistry. At the heart of this transformation are the industrial mixers and melters, massive machines designed to handle the thick, viscous gum base. These aren't your average kitchen appliances. They're robust, specialized equipment capable of processing large quantities of gum base while maintaining precise temperature control. The process begins with the gum base, which starts as a stiff, firm material. It's the first component to enter the mixing machine, where it's slowly heated in large melting tanks or kneading machines. The goal is to soften the base without compromising its structural integrity, a delicate balance that requires expert oversight. Temperature control is absolutely critical in this stage of bubblegum production. The magic number is 160 degrees, 71 degrees, the point at which solid gum base transforms into a molten candy river. But maintaining this temperature is trickier than you might think. If the gum base gets too hot, it becomes runny and difficult to work with. Too cool, and it won't properly mix with the other ingredients. It's a Goldilocks situation. Everything needs to be just right. Once the gum base reaches the perfect temperature and consistency, it's time to add the sweeteners. Corn syrup, glucose syrup, or even honey in some natural recipes are introduced to the mix. The mixing machines keep these ingredients in constant motion, preventing clumping and ensuring an even distribution throughout the gum base. But the mixing doesn't stop there. Remember those concentrated liquid flavorings and food-grade dyes we talked about earlier? This is where they come into play. These potent additions are carefully measured and added to the mix, transforming the bland gum base into the flavorful, colorful treat we know and love. Some modern factories take this process a step further, employing a technique called extrusion. In this method, the gum mixture is forced through a series of screens under heat. This extra step ensures an even more uniform distribution of sweeteners and creates a consistently smooth texture throughout the batch. As we watch this mesmerizing process unfold, it's hard not to marvel at the engineering behind it all. These machines, with their precise temperature controls and powerful mixing capabilities, are the unsung heroes of the bubblegum world. They're what allow manufacturers to produce millions of pieces of gum with consistent flavor, texture, and bubble-blowing ability. But our journey isn't over yet. As the now flavored and colored gum mixture emerges from the mixers, it's ready for the next crucial step: shaping. How does this molten mass become the neat little pieces we pop into our mouths? That's where extrusion and cooling come into play, processes we'll explore in our next segment. Get ready to see how this stretchy, sticky substance transforms into the perfect chewing gum shape. Imagine a machine that can take a hot, sticky blob and turn it into thousands of precisely shaped gum pieces faster than you can unwrap and chew one. Welcome to the world of gum extrusion. where engineering meets confectionery in a race against time and temperature. The extrusion process is where the gum really starts to take shape. After mixing and melting, the gum mixture is pushed through a specialized nozzle, forming it into long, continuous strands or ropes. This step is crucial for maintaining a consistent texture and density throughout the gum, which is essential for its ability to form bubbles later on. But here's where things get tricky. The gum needs to cool down rapidly without losing its carefully crafted texture. It's a delicate balance. Cool too slowly, and the gum becomes difficult to handle. Cool too quickly, and you risk compromising its chewiness. This is where high-tech cooling tunnels come into play, precisely controlling the temperature as the gum makes its journey. As the gum travels through these cooling tunnels, it undergoes a transformation. The once molten mass begins to solidify, taking on the familiar texture we associate with bubblegum. But the process isn't over yet. The cooled gum ropes are then fed into cutting machines, which slice them into the individual pieces we're all familiar with. Some manufacturers take this a step further with a process called scoring. Here, the gum pieces are lightly marked with a blade, creating indentations that make it easier to break the gum into individual pieces later. This subtle detail not only improves the consumer experience, but also plays a crucial role in packaging efficiency. What's truly remarkable about this entire process, from extrusion to cooling and cutting, is its speed. In modern production facilities, this entire transformation takes less than 15 minutes. It's a testament to the advanced machinery and streamlined processes that have been developed over decades of gum manufacturing. As we watch these perfectly formed pieces emerge from the production line, it's hard not to marvel at the precision engineering behind each piece of gum. What started as a sticky, formless mass has been transformed into uniform, chewable pieces, each one capable of producing the perfect bubble. But the journey of our gum isn't quite complete. Before these pieces can make their way to store shelves, they need to pass rigorous quality control measures. Emerge from the production line, it's hard not to marvel at the precision engineering behind each piece of gum. What started as a sticky, formless mass has been transformed into uniform, chewable pieces, each one capable of producing the perfect bubble. But the journey of our gum isn't quite complete. Before these pieces can make their way to store shelves, they need to pass rigorous quality control measures. How do manufacturers ensure that every piece meets their exacting standards? That's what we'll explore in our next segment as we delve into the world of bubblegum quality control and packaging. Imagine a world where every piece of bubblegum you chew is guaranteed to blow the perfect bubble. It's not a fantasy, it's the goal of rigorous quality control measures in gum production. But how do manufacturers test millions of pieces without chewing them all? The answer involves cutting-edge technology and some surprisingly scientific methods. Quality control in bubblegum production is a complex and multifaceted process. Every batch of gum must undergo a series of tests to ensure it meets the exacting standards set by manufacturers. One of the most crucial tests is the aptly named bubble test. This isn't just a fun exercise, it's a scientific evaluation of the gum's elasticity and bubble-forming ability. Trained testers take samples from each batch and assess how well they stretch and form bubbles. They're looking for consistency in size, durability, and even the characteristic pop sound when a bubble bursts. But the bubble test is just the beginning. Quality control experts also scrutinize the gum's texture, checking for the right balance between softness and firmness. The gum needs to be pliable enough to chew comfortably, but firm enough to hold its shape. They also assess the flavor profile, ensuring that each piece delivers the expected taste intensity and duration. Maintaining consistency across millions of pieces is a monumental challenge. To meet this challenge, manufacturers have turned to advanced, automated inspection systems. These high-tech machines use cameras and sensors to scan each piece of gum at incredible speeds, checking for defects in shape, size, and color. Any pieces that don't meet the strict criteria are automatically removed from the production line. The quality control process extends beyond the gum itself to the packaging. Inspectors check that each piece is correctly wrapped and that the packaging is secure. This step is crucial for maintaining freshness and preventing contamination. Some manufacturers even use metal detectors as a final safeguard, ensuring that no foreign objects have found their way into the gum during production. All these measures combine to create a comprehensive quality control system that upholds industry standards for bubblegum. Each piece must meet specific criteria for chewability, elasticity, and bubble-forming ability before it can leave the factory. It's a testament to the blend of artistry and science that goes into creating this seemingly simple treat. As we wrap up our look at quality control, you might be wondering about the next step in the bubblegum journey. How does it get from the factory floor to your local store shelf? That's a story of logistics and global distribution networks, which we'll explore in our next segment. Get ready to follow the travels of a single piece of gum as it makes its way to consumers around the world. From conveyor belt to convenience store, bubblegum embarks on an epic journey. But here's the twist. Despite traveling vast distances, each piece must arrive as fresh as the moment it was made. How do manufacturers pull off this logistical magic trick? The answer lies in a fascinating blend of science and strategy. The journey of a single piece of bubblegum is far more extensive than you might imagine. On average, that colorful morsel travels an astonishing 100-200 miles before it reaches your mouth. This staggering distance reveals the complex web of logistics behind this seemingly simple treat. Once the gum leaves the factory floor, it enters a well-oiled distribution machine. Large shipments are carefully moved through a series of warehouses and distribution centers before finally reaching supermarket shelves. This intricate network ensures that gum makes its way efficiently from production facilities to retail outlets across the country and even around the world. But distance isn't the only challenge. Preserving the gum's freshness throughout its journey is a critical concern. Exposure to heat, moisture, or air can quickly degrade the quality of the product, affecting its taste, texture, and bubble-blowing capabilities. To combat these issues, manufacturers have developed innovative packaging solutions. Modern gum packaging is a marvel of engineering. Airtight wrappers and protective coatings act as barriers against environmental factors that could compromise the gum's quality. Some packages even incorporate moisture-absorbing materials to maintain the perfect level of chewiness. These technological advancements ensure that whether the gum travels 50 miles or 5,000, it arrives at its destination in prime condition. The global nature of the gum industry adds another layer of complexity to distribution. Manufacturers must navigate international shipping regulations, customs procedures, and varying climatic conditions as they send their products around the world. This global network requires precise coordination and timing to keep shelves stocked with fresh gum in markets from New York to New Delhi. As we consider the scale of this operation, it's natural to wonder about the economic impact of gum production and distribution. The industry employs thousands of workers across various sectors, from factory floors to logistics companies. The revenue generated by gum sales contributes significantly to local and national economies, highlighting the surprising economic power of this small treat. But how long does it actually take to produce a batch of bubblegum? Thanks to advancements in technology and streamlined processes, modern factories can churn out massive quantities of gum in remarkably short periods. The exact time can vary depending on the specific product and production methods, but it's safe to say that the journey from raw ingredients to finished product has been optimized for maximum efficiency. As we wrap up our exploration of bubblegum's journey from factory to consumer, it's clear that this simple pleasure is the result of a complex and finely tuned process. The next time you unwrap a piece of gum, take a moment to appreciate the incredible voyage it's been on, a testament to human ingenuity and the global networks that bring our favorite treats to our doorstep. From raw ingredients to the satisfying pop of a bubble, we've witnessed the remarkable journey of bubblegum production. This seemingly simple treat is the result of precise engineering, innovative chemistry, and creative problem-solving at every stage. The evolution of bubblegum manufacturing showcases how science and technology can transform everyday pleasures. Synthetic gum bases have revolutionized elasticity and chewability, while advanced flavoring techniques have expanded the palette of tastes available. As consumer preferences shift, the industry is adapting with eco-friendly packaging and exploring natural ingredients.